Hi, I'm Cynthia Schiller. Please like and subscribe. We're going to talk about Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, and also Elon Musk. There's a lot of twists and turns to this case. They got the Johnny Depp defamation against Amber Heard case going on right now. So some of the information is still forthcoming. But Johnny's trying really hard to prove that Elon Musk is the father of Amber Heard's baby. So that's just like a regular narcissist. They go for status. What is he, the richest man in the world? She's going for the gusto, and so Johnny's trying to show that anything Elon says has something, where there's more loyalty to Amber, to where he might be covering stuff up. But Elon is a flying monkey for Amber. He's denying that he was ever at the penthouse before they got divorced, even though there's evidence that he's been there several times when Johnny was out of town. Johnny was making some movies. So just like the Narcissist, Amber takes every opportunity. The person's away, so why not cheat? And just like if you have to go out of town or take care of a family member out of town, narcissists love to take that opportunity. So already she's going after the most money possible, which brings status. She's playing it on the down low. She is enlisting Elon to lie for her, back up her story, even though there's evidence that he was there several times. And of course, it's a month after they filed for divorce. It's lie after lie, and they suck people in. So as this trial is going on, we're going to find some more information on all the abuse that is going on. But I had listened to a phone conversation between Johnny and Amber, and just the way the dynamics were. She was very abusive to him. She wouldn't let him get a word in edgewise, which is common narcissistic stuff. She would talk over him. It was all about her. He's trying to say, it should never get physical. And she's like, what are you even talking about? Like, she had a hard time even committing that she did anything. And he's like, you punched me. And she's like, I never punched you. And he's like, yes, you did. And she was like adamant that she didn't. And then she twists it. And all of a sudden she's like, I just hit you. And then she tries to demasculate him, saying it was just a hit. You can't take a hit. And he's like, it should never be physical. And so now she's getting angry at him. He's remaining calm. And they had talked about a male friend of at least Johnny's. I can't remember if it was both of theirs. I believe at least Johnny's. So she had started getting angry. He was trying to have Amber tell the male friend to back up Johnny's story, for Amber to take accountability and tell that guy. So he's saying that you lied. And she's like, what are you talking about? I did not lie. And so they're going through this thing. And what she did is she omitted. So she didn't technically lie, but that's what the narcissist will do. They can lie through omission. And I have a video on that if you want to learn more about that. But she wouldn't take accountability. And then she's mad because, if she does have to talk to this guy, there's a little bit of pressure to come forward with the information. So now to get out of that, she's cutting down Johnny, saying, why don't you just go, she said, F him, sleep with this guy. I don't know if Johnny swings both ways. I don't think so, but maybe. But if he doesn't, she's, putting something on him that is not his character. So it's hard to live in that kind of situation, whether it's sexual or your intelligence or all these things, to where it starts messing with your mind. Like, did I present anything other than who I am? And so as the conversation goes by, it's just so abusive. She's starting to get frustrated. She's starting to, kind of like yell at him. You can feel all the energy and the anger. And, she was very like dismissive and not willing to work through things, to turn everything around on him. And he's bringing up valid points and she's cutting them down. And as you listen to it, he could not say a full sentence. And it just got, you could feel the abuse. There were some other things too, where Johnny was trying to get away from her abuse. And she was, he went into the bathroom to get away. And so she's like pushing on the door. She ends up like pushing on it and kicking it. So he was, she like hurt her toe or something. So he's going down to the bottom to look, and then she kicks the door and gets him in the head. She throws a broken vodka bottle at him, cuts off the tip of his finger. He has to have it surgically sewn back on. Throwing broken glass. Like, these narcissistic relationships can get so out of hand. Now, it's interesting that Johnny had said that their relationship was incredible in the beginning. Now, that's one thing that narcissists do, is they give you this facade that everything is wonderful, perfect. And it's kind of hard because, sometimes you guys click with healthy people and it does seem fantastic. But it's almost like with a narcissist, it's almost like too good to be true. And I just thought it was really interesting, all the different traits, all the different damage, all the cheating, taking every opportunity if he's out of town, defaming him, kind of like going along with him to, I believe it was Australia, to do a film so Johnny could work. And then she starts getting angry and having resentment. Usually, either you don't agree to it or you work through it, or, but you should support your person. And if you didn't want to do it, that's how they make their money. So now, she's getting angry. I'm sure she could have still done her own thing. But if there was a supply back home that she wanted to be with or could get away with, she probably would have stayed home, but she went with him. And he's like, we just had a really nice dinner, and she's cutting everything down no matter what. It's like he's trying, like, they're out of the country and he's trying to make it like, as nice as possible, taking her out to dinners and spending time with her. But all this resentment is building up, and the way they talk to each other was unbelievable, even when he's remaining calm. And then he had said, okay, that's, basically I have to go. The conversation's over. That was the last time you're going to insult me in this conversation. And so she just starts cutting him down even more. And then there was that boundary. He set a boundary. So now she's abusing him more, turning everything around on him. And she's like, why don't you just leave? Why don't you just leave? The narcissist always will either push you away or say, just go. It's like a defense mechanism, that they're punishing you, or they're testing you to see if you're going to stay, or they're hoping that, you're going to kiss their butt, bow down to them. And it was really interesting too. There's supposed to be $7 million donated from the divorce proceedings between Johnny and Amber. So she had 2 charities, and did not come through with anywhere near the amount of money. I believe it was 100,000. It was supposed to be 7 million. So she gives 100,000. Johnny, for some reason, also donated 100,000. And I don't know if that was, unless it was $1 million, one of the two. Either way, nowhere near what it should have been. But it was 7 million. So it might have been $1 million. But each of them, 1 million, 1 million, or 100,000, 100,000. And then Elon Musk had did a donation of like, so now it must be 5 million. My numbers in my head that I'm seeing are 500,000. So 500,000 is what I do believe it is. So they're still not making the full contribution. That is what it is. Sorry about that. 500,000. So Elon Musk bails her out. She's getting the supply that she needs from him. I'm not sure why Johnny did it, but she's trying to look like a good person. So she's donating $7 million. Okay, that sounds fantastic. But she's doing that to take away people looking down on her for, abusing Johnny or causing the reason for the divorce. And she still doesn't follow through with it. She paints that facade, it's all a facade. She has other people take care of her dirty work. She's using Elon Musk for the money. They did have some rendezvous. I don't know how serious their dating was, but like I said, it's still forthcoming who's the father. But in their relationship, there's so many narcissistic traits, and the using of people, and how narcissists, a lot of us are like, is this new supply better than me? What is it they have that I don't? Johnny Depp is pretty famous. Him and Elon Musk are somewhat similar looking, kinda, not really, but kinda. But who has more money? Who has more money? And Johnny had even said that Amber tried to acquire, he used the word acquire. So something in his heart is telling him what her actions really meant, why they were actually together. He didn't say she tried to get with me so she could be famous. He said she acquired me. And I'd like you guys to take that to heart. That word, that's what narcissists do, is they acquire supply. And he said it was for, fame or to promote her career. So she's using Johnny Depp, who is one of the top actors that we have in today's day and age. Johnny's a real shy person. He seems, from what I've read, that he's giving, kind. He has a friend who did art, and the friend had stood up for Johnny, showed Johnny these paintings that he did, and Johnny didn't buy one. Instead, he said, how about if I do like an art show for you? I guess he used the word patron. How about if I'm a patron for you? And designed this whole art gallery show for his friend, and put his friend up in a penthouse rent free. So the guy could paint, sell his money, get back on his feet. If that's not giving, that's an empathetic person who appreciates their friendship. We don't always have to go above and beyond, but it didn't seem like Johnny really got anything out of it other than just to, help a friend out. And Johnny has so much money that he's able to get a penthouse for his friend. But the friend was brought to tears that Johnny went above and beyond for him. And this is where it gets tricky with the love bombing. Because sometimes you can say that might be a form of love bombing. But there's also people who are kind-hearted, so there's people who, how Amber said she was going to donate $7 million. There's people who will donate $7 million, but those people don't do it for and any personal, other than it felt good to do that. I'm helping people out. They deserve it. They deserve it. But Amber, she doesn't even come through with it. It's all to uphold her image. And it was made very public that she's giving money. But when they were contacted, those two charities, the donation wasn't made in full. And usually, like how Johnny follows through for things. Johnny keeps his word. And just the way he was trying to work through these things, try to remain calm. The narcissist is on edge. There were things that, could have been a normal conversation. She could have taken some accountability. But I just thought it was really interesting that as soon as I heard Elon Musk might be the father of her child, it's kept secret right now, I guess. Like nobody really knows who the dad is. So we'll see what happens with that. But it just shows that narcissists, when they go for a new supply, was it the person? They had something great in the beginning, and then more money came along. Like if her career's not taken off like she wanted, then why not just get the money? Don't we usually work for money? She already has enough fame. They're going through this lawsuit. Everybody knows who she is. And it's going to be interesting. They did some body language studies on her, and you could see that the way she's thinking is very calculated. She does not like to answer the questions. You can see through her body language that as soon as like an objection happens to where she would have to take accountability, and now she doesn't have to answer that question, just like a relief over her. And it's really sad that this is over two people who had an incredible, according to Johnny in the beginning, they had an incredible relationship, and something goes south. Something will always go south with the narcissist. So if you want your narcissist back, if you're wondering what's going on with the new supply, an incredible relationship went into, a finger being severed, physical abuse, court cases, the defamation of character. That's what the smear campaign is. And narcissists will always do a smear campaign. So hoping that people are on their side to look at the good person as bad. And it's just a game that they play. And they only give half truths or lies. They're very manipulative. So it's not only in the relationship, they infiltrate your friends, your family. A lot of times, even your family members can be turned against you because they know how to lie. And if they get to the people first, they just sucked them in. They just sucked them in. It's hard to, once they're on the narcissist side, it's almost like they already chose sides. They didn't hear both sides and made a choice. So they can destroy so many lives. So I'll keep you updated if you guys would like to comment, and one-on-ones are available. I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe.